Hey everyone, Steve here from PC Budget Solutions, and when I joke about that I can't keep a computer together for more than, I don't know, a couple months, I'm not kidding. So, same system, different case. Now, mind you, this case first started out with the H500, then it went to the Meshify, then it went to the Corsair 275R, and now there's another case coming. I've talked about it before. But what we're doing today is we're going to do a really quick teardown just in this video, and then the next video should be going up, depending on how release schedule works, going to be a build log of roughly an $800, $900 system, somewhere in that ballpark, give or take. I will say between $750 and $900. And that's going to be a pretty nice system. It's actually something I've been doing some testing on recently, so that'll be coming next. But let's go through the pain of me taking apart my system yet again. Ooh, that's bright on camera, but regardless. So you have to get these bad boys off first. So overall though, I did like my time with this case. It was just, I found a pretty good spot to sell it without losing my butt on it, so, because the case is new. But yeah, so we're going to go ahead and take everything out of here. Then you guys will see the build log. And then you'll most likely see this build log. I'm actually still working on getting somebody to sponsor my rebuild log, because it's going to be my last build log for probably 6 months until AMD decides to actually release the official second generation Ryzen. I mean, they released Ryzen Plus obviously, but we're looking for a little bit newer. We're looking for Ryzen 2000 series, or 7 nanometer essentially. So, okay, let's put these back behind here and switch back to our standard screwdriver. What we're going to most likely want to remove first here is actually nothing. You want to get your screws back in the right place so you don't lose them. Easiest thing to do by far is the graphics card, so we're going to do that first, because we don't want to tear too much down, because we're going to keep most of this together since it's going to be sitting on the motherboard box for a few days while I'm using it. So actually I haven't decided if I'm going to use it. Maybe I'll use the build log system for a couple days. That'll at least give it some break-in time or whatever have you. So this is what people don't talk about when they say, oh, build your own system, it'll be fun. Yeah, then you end up building like your system every 2 months. And then you have to film it because, you know, you want to show everybody your system. Okay. Do I have 2 of these? Why am I missing one of these? Am I? No, I'm only missing. Okay, I'm not missing it. Good. Okay. We can put that back on later. We'll leave that off for now. Let's go ahead and just unplug everything from the case and then within the power supply. There we go. Make sure, yep, didn't break anything. Good. Good there. Good there. Good there. Good. 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 Good there. And good there. Still haven't decided how I want to do that yet, because again, the case that I chose is very interesting. I will give you a hint. A famous German, I believe he's German, overclocker helped design the case with the manufacturer, and he did design it specifically with water cooling and aesthetics in mind. So if you haven't figured it out by now, just watch my videos. Not that I do extreme overclocking or anything like that anyhow, but okay. It is very important that we just handle everything with a decent amount of care. Regarding, like, you know, when I move everything around later more so. Okay, got you there. And then you are looped everywhere. Right here. Okay. Yep, but I definitely did like my time with this case. It worked very well. And if it wasn't for the fact that, oh God, people recommend me, hey, this is the perfect case for you. and I didn't happen to run into the opportunity of, hey, I can offload this case without losing my butt, well, then, you know, that's why I'm doing this video. So there's a new case coming. Unfortunately, I paid for 3 days shipping, and Newegg says, well, the estimate was actually 2 day shipping, so you paid for 3 day shipping. You're actually getting 3 business day shipping. But the last piece, which is the case, is going to arrive after 3 business days, while the rest of it's going to arrive at 2 business days. Even though we told you that 3 business day shipping, everything would have arrived on Friday. And I'm not getting the rest of it till Monday. The case, everything else is here though. We want to take the power supply out next because that's pretty much taking up a vast majority of what space is left. So, now whenever you go to do something like this, say you're decommissioning a case because you have a new case coming, or sell the case or give it to a friend, it's very important that any case screws that they're going to need, you should definitely give it to them. So case screws are important. Power supply screws do carry a little importance. They are standard screw. I don't know the dimensions, so I do apologize. But they are a standard screw. They generally do come with power supplies as well, so not as important. But in many cases, the motherboard screws are quite important. There we go. Not power supply. Motherboard screws are quite important, so definitely keep that in mind because there's a couple different sizes. I want to say 2 or 3 that I can think of off the top of my head. So, but other stuff like mounting for SSDs definitely could be important. Speaking of SSD, that's yeah, come on, turn. It's what I'm removing next here. Simple thumb screw, which is nice. And then I did use 2 screws. But my point that I'm making is, as you're disassembling the case, you know, you're going to have a lot of screws. The new case should come with just about everything you need. So take all the screws and put them in a bag or put them aside, or, you know, whatever have you. In my case, I'm going to build directly after this, so I'm already going to have the screws right here anyhow. Some of the things I won't have is case or fan screws, but the fans I bought came with screws anyway, so it's fine. I'm going to push this aside because I don't want to mix that up. Next we have the hard drive, 3.5 inch drive rather. Oh yeah, this had no screws. Show you what I'm doing here. It should come off. Yeah, like that. There we go. I'll just slide that back in. And now comes the fun part, which is taking the motherboard out. Actual overhead view, sort of. I have it sitting on my desk. That actually seems to work. So in this case, this is a breakout pin, so we're good there. Let's go ahead, and there should be 9 screws if I remember correctly. Taking them out of order isn't super important. But like take them out in a cross pattern rather isn't super important, but usually I recommend putting them in a cross pattern for one reason, and that is so you don't start getting things pulling one direction and having misalignment issues. And complete side note, this screw's not all the way down. And the problem that can pose is that can cause things to short out if you're not careful. So that's one thing I always check if you're having a computer randomly shutting off. If you've exhausted like power supply and, you know, all the other issues, RAM, whatever have you, grounding definitely could be the issue. Okay, let's do a gentle. Oh wait, that's right, you can because it has a breakout. Oh, we have one more. That's why I say do a gentle lift, because the board can flex a little bit, not a lot. Well, it can probably flex a lot more than what I'd be willing to do to it, so. Perfect, we are free. Wow, this is barely fit. There we go. Again, you want to not be a bolt through a China shop and then take out the IO shield. We're going to take this. We're going to want to set this on the ground carefully, preferably on like a motherboard box. I kind of like that. So I have it at the same spot that it was just in, just turned and not looking down. Kind of gives you a downward look. I have a big shadow behind me because lights are on. But anyway, hope you guys enjoyed this. Hopefully relatively short teardown session of my current system. If you like this video, definitely hit that like button. This is annoying. If you didn't like it, you can hit that dislike button. Actually, there's nothing stopping you from doing so. But man, if you guys don't like this video, tell me why. I won't do any more teardowns if you don't like it. I'm wasting your time. I'll put links in the description for everything to buy below. This is a good system, so I recommend buying anything that's in here. But as always, this is Steve from PC Budget Solutions, and I'll see you all later on down the road.